Hello everyone, my name is Aditya Kumar and I'm going to talk about today the concepts of statistics, rather applied statistics and the different measurement scale on different variables being measured upon. So whenever any data scientist work on different machine learning projects where we need to build upon any predictive models or rather new natural language processing model also, so there we work data scientist works on different explorate different types of exploratory data analysis where they work on analyzing that each and every data points which is being given in any data historical data. For that they apply different concepts of statistics based on the types of variables and then try to identify the hidden facts as well as extract some of the important information from the raw data. So this video will going is going to help you up to understand those concepts and those different types of variables, and then we can apply those different types of concepts on those variables. So let's quickly talk about and see what are the different concepts and variable type. So while understanding the concepts of statistics, the natural question comes into our mind is like, what is statistics, right? So statistics is an application of mathematics, which as you can see over the document also. So statistics is an application which works as a tool to analyze and summarize the different data points and facts as well. It's also can consider as a collecting, organizing, and analyzing as well as the interpreting the data for the purpose of making more sensible and effective decision making process. So if you can see like whenever we need to analyze any particular facts or data points, we apply the concepts of statistics, and then based on the results coming from the stats, we apply and make some interpretation for the business process, right? So if you can see the process, like we collect different facts, which we call it as a data points, and then we apply the concepts and different concepts of statistics, and then we get some information which can be useful to get some of the basic and useful business results, right? So that is in a very high level the concepts of statistics. Obviously we'll be going in deep to understand the different layers of statistics. However, let's understand first what are the different scale of measurements on which the variables or the factors being analyzed through. So if you wanted, so let's quickly first understand the components, different components of statistics. The statistics can be divided into two components. One is descriptive statistics and the second one is an inferential statistics. So descriptive statistics is very simple, where we have to have analyze whatever the data points is being given to us. We have to analyze. There is nothing as such any conclusion that we can make or inferences that we can make. We just have to explain and analyze what is being given to us, right? So if we can further divide into the component of descriptive statistics, we can further divide into two parts. One is like we can analyze the central tendencies, which comes as a mean, median, mode, standard deviation, etc., which is again the part of your measure of dispersion. And then the second component of statistics is the inferential statistics, which apart from making the description, we also make certain conclusion, right? Obviously whenever we make any kind of conclusion, we have to have analyze the data first, and then based on some probability concepts and another hypothesis concepts and all, we make certain estimation, we make certain conclusion and inferences based on the certain concepts. So we'll be talking about those components in the next series of the videos, but let's first understand, like, while doing the descriptive statistics, what are the different type of the variables we have to analyze and see what are the kind of interpretation and the data can be analyzed further, right? So if you can see in the next tab, which we call it as a data, which has been further divided into two parts mainly. One is qualitative data types, and the another one is a quantitative data types, right? So these are the two major segregation of the different variables we can have. If we can have further drill down of qualitative and quantitative variables, so under qualitative variables we can have one nominal data points, and the second one is ordinal data points. Under quantitative, which as a name suggests is a quantity, So we have two types of variable. One is discrete and the second one is continuous. Let's understand each of these variables one by one. So nominal data points, as you can see, is a purely categorical variable which are having unordered categories. And in like for example, we have gender, we have different state. So all those categories of the variable, we can consider it as an nominal data points. And ordinal data points is again a categorical variable, but there are certain category all like order you can just interpret, right? So like for example, any hierarchy of particular designation of the organization, rather in a also in a military ranks, etc., etc. So you can consider those data points as a ordinal variables. If we talk about the quantitative variables, so for discrete variables you can say it's a numerical variable in nature. However, there are certain category like you can count that particular numeric variable. So like for example, they are not in a decimal number, so you can easily count them up, right? So I'll show you some of the examples based on the real data so that you can make a difference between what type of variable those are having. So if we talk about the continuous, so it's a purely numeric variables, like for example heights, weights, etc. So these are like continuous variables. Why these variable segregations are important? Because these variable segregation defines the type of analysis that you wanted to do it, right? So for example, if you have continuous variables, you are more concerned about analyzing that data points from the perspective of analyzing central tendencies like mean, median, mode, standard deviation. And on the contrary, if you have nominal data points or ordinal data points, you'll be more focused towards analyzing the count or frequency distribution. And in case you want to summarize or visualize that particular results, you can do it with the bar plot or histogram, etc., for the purpose of continuous data and nominal data points subsequently, right? Let's see from a real world data and see like how you can segregate the different in variables and columns based on these measurement scale which we have talked about. So you can see here like nominal, so there are certain location, customer ID, state, gender, all these variables we have. So purely it's a insurance data that is right now I am showing right now to you. So you can see like location code is purely, you can consider it as a nominal data points which are having certain categories into it. Let's see what are the different categories. So it has like rural, suburban and urban. So you can consider this as a nominal variable. Again, gender is again a nominal variable which has two categories of male and female, likewise of marital status and all, right? So if you can see in the education variable, right, so this variable is having bachelor, college, doctor, masters and all. So obviously if you want to convert this as an ordinal variable, you can do it because there are certain ordered on which like these qualifications can be achieved, right? So you can have some liberty to convert this variable as an ordinal variables. There are certain ordered that you can see here. Similarly, if you want to see the continuous variable, so this income is, you can consider it as a continuous variable, right? So likewise we can see other variables. So a lot of variables that is being captured here with a similar category which we have talked about. Again, for discrete variable, number of open complaints you can count is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the five different counts we have in this variable. So you can obviously count having been this is a numeric variable, then also you can count the categories of that variables with certain categories and all. So I think you can consider this as a discrete variable. Likewise, continuous variable, again a pure numeric variable we have. Again, vehicle size, you can consider it as a ordinal variable because it has like large, mid size and small. So if you want to convert them up into 1, 2, 3 kind of thing, whether it is in descending scale or the ascending order, you can convert them up, right? So the purpose of explaining all these different types of variable and showing you with the data points is to analyze these different variables, right? So whenever we analyze these different variables, we analyze with the kind of variable it is, right? So for example, we have location code, and since it is a nominal variable, when whenever we need to perform any analysis, we'll be going ahead with the count distribution, right? And for visualization, we obviously will be doing with a bar chart and all. For example, with continuous variable, so since this is a purely numeric variable, we have to have go ahead with a summary statistics. Okay, we calculate a measure of dispersion, central tendencies like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, etc., right? And then for visualization purpose, we always do like some sort of normal plot or histograms as well. So similarly for discrete variable also, since this is a numeric variable, but again it's a certain countable categories into it. So you can also do it with mean, median, mode analysis, but that will not give you a very interpretable results, obviously. So for that, I think you can go ahead with bar chart or something, a count distribution, which will give you some actionable result out of it. So the purpose of showing you these data points and these different columns and variable with the name and categories, just to give you a certain sort of understanding, like based on the variable types you can do further analysis for the purpose of exploratory data analysis. So the next video will be showing you, the examples in Python how to analyze different scale of these variables. We have seen the concepts. Now we'll show you the demo of it, and in the let's meet in the next video. And in case you have liked this particular content of understanding the concepts of data types and the brief concepts of statistics, please like this video and subscribe it also. Thank you so much.